Well guys, welcome to another video. An absolute beautiful bloody afternoon now. Just about to set this swag up for a quick overnighter here up at the block that I have access to. And I'll tell you what, it's probably well overdue to do a review for this Rainger RT1 swag. I've been using this style of swag from Rainger, the RT2 I had before this, which is the double size. I've been using them for around 2 years. This one here probably around, a year and a half, I'd say. The reason I swapped from the RT2 to this one is because it was sort of a bit much to lug around, especially for just like a solo bloke. There's plenty of room in it and stuff like that. Beautiful, comfortable mattress, as you'll see in this video, but it was sort of a little bit too much to lug around for myself. I had to throw it on the roof, whereas this one here, I can fit it within the cab there and have plenty of room on the other side for camera gear, sleeping bags, all that bullshit. But I guess I better set it up and then I'll run through a couple of the features on why I love it so much. So straight away, with a swag or any swag bag, the first issue I usually have is the size of the bag. A lot of these other brands, and I think a lot of them are actually cluing on now, a lot of these other brands never have a bag big enough for it to go back into, so you're always bloody having a headache putting your swag back into. Found with this one, plenty of room. Also, I should mention, on trips I roll it up with an undersheet and a sleeping bag in there, a Wanderer sleeping bag, and I've found no worries at all, fits back in the bag, piece of piss. Now you're going to find it's all about the little finer details in this swag as I set it up and as I go through this video. I love these shackles. Now I find that I don't know if it's changed ever since, but I find that with the Big Daddies and a few other brands out there, that they have the the clip-in buckle, and I find that when you do tension on those on the straps, that they are very prone to snapping. But I find with these D shackles, you thread them through and then tighten it as much as you want, and that's not going anywhere at all. I'm glad I'm actually setting it up on camera, because there are a few things that you do notice as you're setting up. I'll be honest, in the past, I've actually snapped one of these arch poles in the past, and it was my own bloody fault, because I like to flatten this down. Obviously take the pole out, flatten it down, and then roll it up, and I like to put my knee on the swag, and I've accidentally snapped one of these poles, and because I'm not a small lad, I took it out straight away, I snapped it straight away, but I was able to dummy it up for the rest of that trip. But I do need to mention that you can buy replacement poles on Rainger's website, and that's brilliant. Get them delivered straight to your door. Now realistically, that's pretty much ready for an overnighter, and you know what, 90% of the time I usually just leave it like this, and it's absolutely perfect. I find that also with the Big Daddies and the stuff like that, and the bigger swags even, they do sort of slump a little bit with the fly screen and stuff like that, but these stay super bloody tight. I'll show you what it looks like, and I'll peg it down either side. This is probably about the third time I've ever done it. So another thing that I feel that a lot of the swags of mine in the past have really lacked are in the zips. These ones are beauties, absolute beauties. I haven't stuffed up yet, I'll be honest. Now, getting down to the finer details, especially the ones that are going to make you have a better night's sleep. And I always find that one thing, it's not a problem now since I've changed to a swag on a stretcher combo, but in the past, the mattresses have never ever been good enough, and I found as a bigger lad that my hip hits the freaking ground. Because I'm a side sleeper, I find the hip hits the ground. But this swag, I should also mention, is 1 meter wide, better for the bigger lads as well, especially guys who, are trying to save on room in the car as well. So 1 meter wide, 215 centimeters long, and I think it stands 73 to 75 centimeters high. Not quite enough to sit up in, but the good thing about having your swag on a stretcher, you can sit on the side and throw your bloody boots on, which is another inclusion. This thing comes with a boot bag included in the whole kit. I'm gonna get around to telling you guys what is included in the kit, but I wanted to explain to you about the mattress first, because that's the main thing. So the mattress is 100 mil thick, so that is an absolute deal breaker for me, I'll be honest with you. So 100 mil thick. I've thrown this on the ground before on tinny trips. I sleep on my boat with this swag. Hip does not hit the ground, and that's a big thing for me. Eggshell top, I think it's a dual density. I don't actually know what that means. I just know it's a bloody good night's sleep. You've got all these, plenty of airflow coming through. That's the awesome thing about these. You've got that little window there. You've got a pocket just there to throw shit. You could probably get an iPad in there, phones, keys, and there's two little pockets over here, one on each corner. There's an exact mirror replica down there of what's up this end, and there's an awesome inclusion on these. Actually, there are multiple inclusions on these. I must mention there is a built-in, let me get that for you, a built-in power pack, 20,000 milliamp hour battery bank built in, nice little pocket there for it. You can charge phones, charge most things off of this. I wouldn't be going, charging, laptops and stuff off of something this small, but that gets built into a pocket up there. Just reckon it's clever, They've added these little extras that make the difference. So at night, you've got a big LED strip that runs up the spine of this swag as well. Change colours, get your bush doof colours and all that crap. And I've just noticed as I'm actually speaking to you guys, glow in the dark zipper logos there. Very clever. Haven't been that pissed enough to need them, I'll be honest with you. Let me run by you guys also what else what they include when you buy this swag. So if you actually see that PVC flap there with the press buttons here, that's not just for nothing. So this actually comes with a built-in ground sheet, and I think that's so good. The ground sheet's PVC both sides, so it's nice and weatherproof. Shit won't stick to it and stuff like that, but it actually clips right onto there. So in the winter months, what I'll actually do is clip it onto there. You can roll it all up. It actually protects the canvas on the swag when you do roll it up and throw it in the bag. But even better, you clip it onto there and run it down to there, and it's like a nice little area ground sheet and stuff. I usually use it to throw my boots on, which is another inclusion in this. So it actually comes with like a built-in canvas boot bag that sticks to this ground sheet on the on a bit of Velcro. Very clever, just to throw on your boots in. Weather flapped on the top as well, so you don't have to worry about it. Usually during the winter months, before I had this swag, I'd throw me boots underneath and hope that there's not a flash flood. So just again, another little feature which I've found that aren't on many of the swags I've had personally. I'm one of those people who will buy something and drive it into the ground, hence having the cruiser there, and most of my camping stuff ends up quite old and raggedy when I'm done with it. But it's all these tiny little things, like these little Velcro patches there, just to sort of make it look nice and neat. And it's a weather flap, obviously, I understand that, but you got 3 points there where it sort of holds that door down. And these are nice. That's a nice little feature, because it's sort of, as well, when you roll that door down, it keeps it sort of nice and tight as well, and therefore opening up the inside of the swag, making it feel a bit more roomy, because I am a bit of a claustrophobia suffering lad myself. But for those canvas nuts out there who sort of care about what GSM their canvas is, this is a 420 GSM waterproof canvas. I definitely, now you should be going on, if you're going to get one of these, go on to the Rainger website. They have plenty of videos on there about how to season this swag and different types of ways. But what I actually did, I took the mattress out, took everything out, filled up my bathtub, threw it all in one ball down in the bathtub, left that for a couple of hours, took it out, let it dry, and then just did it with by a hose again once it had dried out the back. So she's nice and waterproof. I can attest to that. But after 2 years, 1.5 years with this one, but 2 years using this guy's gear, I can honestly say this is one of the best swags I've ever used. I'm in love with it. I've had the best sleeps in it, and it's just that perfect size where there's enough room to sort of stretch out a little bit, but there's also enough to roll it up into a nice snug package and throw it into the car. Great for overlanding, obviously, full driving and all that. Good for tinny camping. If you check out the tinny trips, I've done plenty of trips with this on the boat. Oh, and I also probably should mention the fly screen. Usually in the swags I also have had in the past, I usually get tears around where it tightens up against the zips. Nothing so far with this after 2 years. It actually feels a lot more heavy duty than a lot of the ones like the Mitchell, the Oz Tent Mitchell swags back in the day and the Oz Trails and stuff like that. But I'm very, very happy with this one at the moment.